Hello, 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 dear friends.
Hello, love.
Hello, love. So almost everybody has a handout?
No.
No, here they come. You just got to take the one on top. It's a whatever you got there is meant especially for you. Yeah, it's a little subtle message at this moment in your day. Yeah? We're going to use that in a moment, but so what I would like to do with you for just a little breath is have a more Venusian experience. We've heard a lot, and we've heard great wisdom, and now what I would like to do by the time I walk away is just leave you with a bit of like Venus, what Venus in your chart feels like in your body, right? So not in terms of dance or movement, but really what it is to embody the energy of Venus in a palpable way. And I would love to invite Venus into this room as we get underway, and then as we begin to think about it in our own personal lives. And one of the ways that I love to work with Venus is through poetry. And so I'm just going to give us a breath with Venus. We've been using Mercury in a very different way. We've been using Venus in a different way. But we're going to start to sort of invoke Venus over the next half hour. All right? So there's a beautiful poem. It's called Bach in the DC Subway. It's by David Lee Garrison. As an experiment, the Washington Post asked a concert violinist wearing jeans, tennis shoes, and a baseball cap to stand near a trash can at rush hour in the subway and play Bach on a Stradivarius. Partita number 2 in D minor called out to commuters like an ocean to waves, sung to the station about why we should bother to live. 1,000 people streamed by. 7 of them paused for a minute or so, and $32 floated into the open violin case. A cafe hostess who drifted over to the open door each time she was free said later that Bach gave her peace. And all the children, all of them, waded into the music as if it were water, listening until they had to be rescued by parents who had somewhere else to go. So for me, this is the call. I think it was Joshua Bell. Yeah, Joshua Bell playing in a New York or a Washington, D.C. subway. And people just are going by. And here's this quality, this note of Venus being played. And the only ones that can hear it are 7 passersby who go, okay, I feel, and the children. Which says to me that we have a lot of work to do around actually living Venus in our lives, yeah? So another. This one I love because it speaks so much to the crinkly part of personality, the part of our personality selves that's like, oh, and then it gives us a glimpse of Venus as well. But I think it speaks to the part of us that is like, Venus, whatever, we've forgotten how important it is, right? And it's called A Color of the Sky, and it's by Tony Hoagland, who I think is just an amazing poet who I've recently discovered. Windy today, and I feel less than brilliant, driving over the hills from work. There are the dark parts on the road when you pass through clumps of wood, and the bright spots where you have a view of the ocean, but that doesn't make the road an allegory. I should call Marie and apologize for being so boring at dinner last night, but can I really promise not to be that way again? And anyway, I'd rather watch the trees tossing in what certainly looks like sexual arousal. Otherwise, it's spring and everything looks frail. The sky is baby blue and the just unfurling leaves are full of infant chlorophyll, the very tint of inexperience. Last summer's song is making a comeback on the radio, and on the highway overpass, the only metaphysical vandal in America has written, "Memory loves time," in big black spray paint letters, which makes us wonder if time loves memory back. Last night I dreamed of X again. She's like a stain on my subconscious sheets. Years ago she penetrated me, but though I scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed, I never got her out. But now I'm glad. What I thought was an end turned out to be a middle. What I thought was a brick wall turned out to be a tunnel. What I thought was an injustice turned out to be the color of sky. Outside the youth center, between the liquor store and the police station, a little dogwood tree is losing its mind, overflowing with blossom foam, like a sudsy mug of beer, like a bride ripping off her clothes, dropping snow-white petals to the ground in clouds. So nature's wastefulness seems quietly obscene. It's been doing that all week. Making beauty and throwing it away and making more. That poem. Yeah. So can you just feel him driving along? I was boring at dinner, all the things that take up our mundane life. And here's this little dogwood tree as Venus in our lives, let's say, who is plentiful and abundant and ever giving. And it always says to me, like, where should we put our attention? On what's beautiful, I hope. So what I'd love you to do is I'd love you to hold up your flowers. Like, hold them up. And I would love you to, like, look around the room. Everybody look around the room. Look at the flowers. Everyone's got to hold up their flower. And start looking at these gorgeous flowers. And look who's holding the flowers too, like, oh my God, that's perfect. Look at the beauty. Look at the garden that we just created here, okay? Look at this beauty. Okay, and then put them down and look around the room again and still see the beauty, still see those flowers. Look around and see the flowers. Yeah? Hold them up one more time. Because this is what Venus is about. Venus is about me saying, beauty, 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 no matter what, beauty. And moving towards it. And even if we have the first initial personality thing, beauty. And cultivating that. Okay, and you can put them down. So, and the way, and what I feel, Venus is obviously, sometimes we say, oh, Venus, it's what we're attracted to, right? It's what we love, but it's about how we see what we see. It's the mind ignited by love. And so, it's so important as we stand and start to converse or connect with somebody that we might have the attraction or non-attraction initially, but then we let the heart infuse the mind and we choose to see afresh, right? So it's so easy to go, oh, Venus, love. Yes, but what kind of love, right? And there's a beautiful quote. Well, by the way, here, so from New World Community, is that, yeah, Agni Yoga. It is not quite correct to say beauty will save the world. It is more accurate to say that the realization of beauty will save the world. So it's not quite correct to say, okay, we're all a beautiful garden. Look, here's a garden. It's not quite correct. It's correct to say, you spend time to realize the beauty precisely where you think there may be no beauty. Precisely where you think there's ugliness, precisely where you think there's darkness, you spend time to perceive the light. So the realization has everything to do with the love-infused ajna center that looks out and chooses to see the beauty. Yeah? I mean, I know that I'm stating what we know, but I want to make it real for us, right? So every time at this conference that we gather, you look out and it's easy to go like, oh my gosh, look who's, I mean, it's easy just for us to have personality reactions to whoever is in the room, right? How did we all get here? Who are we, right? But then to just allow yourself to go, look at that flower. And I would say to you, look at the flower you chose. There's something about that flower that has something to say to you about your very unfolding right now. And about, is it wow, like that? Is it like, does it want fuller expression? It's a little gift. I believe that the universe just gives us little whispers throughout every moment. And this is a little whisper that you can, like if it kind of excites you when you look at that flower and you're like, this is how I want to be seen, as this resplendent, open flower, you know, put it forth that way over these next days. It's a practice. It's a practice. It's a practice to see beauty and to allow yourself to be that beauty, to allow yourself to be the Venus in your chart. Beautiful quote. Venus is where you are a perennial flower, where you will bloom again and again if you express that part of yourself. Venus is where you are a perennial flower, where you will bloom again and again if you express that part of yourself. So you better, I mean, I hope you're all really, most of us know where Venus is in our chart, and most of us have thought about it a little bit, but doesn't it make you want to think about it even more? If I bloom and bloom there, if I offer beauty again in that specific location, and I put my attention on that, hallelujah. I mean, we want to have that experience. I often think, in fact, like, Venus, in a way, makes us an ambassador for what we love. You know, if I say, I'm drawn to that, I love that, I'm going to speak for that, this is what I want to be a voice for, this is what I want to realize, and we become a voice, we become an ambassador for what we love in the world. So when we can name where we want to bloom again and again, we can also become an ambassador for that particular thing that we're attracted to and that attracts us. Like we go to it and we say, I want to be a voice for this in the world. I want to tell you what I see that's beautiful. I remember reading this book by Elizabeth Gilbert, it was a novel, and there was a woman, that central character was in love with moss. She studied moss for 60 years. I mean, we could come up where Venus was in her chart for that, but she studied moss. And I read a 600-page novel because it was like, she loves moss, and I love moss now too, right? Because she was a voice for that in the world. So who do you want to be an ambassador for? What do you want to be an ambassador for? I mean, I think every time somebody comes up to speak, we get a little glimpse of the Venus ambassadorship. Right? We get a little glimpse of what is there. This is what I love, and I'm going to try to communicate it to you as best I can. You know? I mean, for me, Venus is at the very top of my chart, so it's the highest planet. So what do I want to talk to you about? I'm sort of obvious. I'd love to give you, another image. You know, sometimes when we talk about Venus, we talk about love. What we're really talking about is Neptune. Neptune is spiritual love. Neptune is the ocean of spiritual love. And you know the beautiful painting by Botticelli, Venus on a half shell? Right? She comes out of the waters and she's beautiful and naked and has a blank, gorgeous face. I don't know, you know, like she's lovely, but she's coming out of the ocean and she becomes the conduit for the spiritual love. She becomes the receiver and conduit of it. Right? It's like Venus is always informed by Neptune. Neptune is the ocean washing through the Venus. You can feel the differentiation. And, you know, that's where the fifth ray also comes in with Venus. It's like the conduit and realizer of this particular love that you choose. And this is how we form, of course, I mean, this is why Venus is the last decanate of Aquarius. This is how we form intelligent brotherhood, is we come together, we see one another through the lens of Venus, and we see only the flowers, right? We see only, or we see everything, but we choose to focus on the flowers, yeah? So, true love is only distributed through the pure mind. And Venus is that pure mind. And I love to think about in the body, you know, the Venus is the spirit circle over the cross of matter. And I love to just even think about it in my body. Okay, here's the cross, and here's the circle. And at any given time, I'm a walking Venus, walking Venus. And whatever I see, the heart is infusing the ajna, and I'm looking out at the world. So I can choose to be that circle, be that spirit, be that way of seeing. I mean, we know these beautiful quotes. Venus stands, these are from esoteric astrology, Venus stands for the emergence of the love principle through the directing power of the mind. Venus stands for the emergence of the love principle through the directing power of the mind. Where are you directing your mind, and where is the love flowing? Also, through Venus, the disciple comes under the power of the mind, transmuted into wisdom through the instrumentality of love. These have to, you know, this is why Venus rules Gemini at the esoteric level, because it's fusing the head and the heart, and it's creating wisdom. Yeah? So it always helps me if I have some kind of image of this actually going on. So it's not enough to say the heart is ignited, and I love, because how do you love, and how are you discerning, and how do you choose what do you choose to focus on, and how do you choose to focus on the best in people, the soul? That's what Venus wants to do. So, Leonie, I sort of love, presencing wonderful astrologer Leonie Hodgson wrote this beautiful book called Om Union Astrology. Do any of you read it? It's so wonderful, and it's deep and full. And in it, she uses this beautiful phrase, and I'm just going to read a couple of them, and then I can send this to others. But she uses this phrase for the Venus in the signs, and she says, "Inspired by love, the soul-infused Aries mind." So what does the soul-infused Aries mind do? So if this is almost like a mantra. Inspired by love, the soul-infused Aries mind directs its power through its leadership activities and groups or organizations to demonstrate right values to live by and to guide the family of man out of ignorance into the light. Venus wants to guide us out of ignorance into the light. So a Venus in Aries soul-infused, love-inspired mind wants to direct its power through its leadership activities. It loves through leadership. Right? So if you have a Venus in Aries, it loves through leadership. We're going to have a minute, to look at this in your chart. But let's hear another one. Venus in Taurus, inspired by love, the soul-infused Taurus mind directs its power through creative, Taurus, and artistic activities to teach right values to live by, to beautify the world and to guide the family of man out of ignorance into the light. I want you to just hear this as opposed to even reading it. A inspired by love, the soul-infused Taurus mind wants to bring beauty, wants to bring right values, wants to manifest creatively. You're feeling this, yeah? It's in the Okay, let's do one more. In the Venus in Gemini, inspired by love, the soul-infused Gemini mind directs its power through intelligent communications that teach right values to live by and to guide the family of man from ignorance to wisdom. So, through intelligent communications, the words that you choose. Venus does not want, Venus wants to fuse all opposites. It wants to find the language that builds bridges. So a Venus in Gemini mind wants to build the soulful lit bridge. I mean, you could even say, are you, what element is the Venus in? And are you going to work through fire, air, water, or earth? How are you going to love? With what element? It could be as simple as that. I mean, I want to, I'm keeping it simple. Yeah? Let's do one more. Inspired by love, the soul-infused Cancer mind directs its power through its group or organization to teach right family values to live by and to guide the family of man. So I'm going to go ahead and just give you the phrase for each so you hear yours, but to teach right family values, Cancer. Leo, through wise leadership. Loving again through leadership. Loving again through the benevolent leadership. The benevolent queen. Right? Venus in Leo can be the benevolent queen. Venus in Virgo to teach, she does it differently this time, but it's like to live more creatively and healthily with Venus in Virgo. It's like, it's particularly the health and the devotion with Virgo. Libra, to guide the family of man into right balance and harmony. It directs its harmonizing power. I mean, we know astrology well enough that it's like, where does this get directed? Towards right values, towards right relationship. Where does Scorpio get directed? To free people from ignorance. Where does Sagittarius get directed? To groups and organizations to guide the family, to guide the family of man to the heights. Inspired by love, the soul-infused Sagittarius mind directs its fiery power through groups or organizations to guide the family of man to the heights. It gives you a vision. It gives you a spiritual vision. Yeah? Venus in Capricorn, to address the needs of suffering humanity and lift us into supernal light. Aquarius, to reform society. Right? Pisces, to radiate the light and the messages of Christ. So, it's always hard once you get started. You have to do them all, but it's such a beautiful lens and it's such a beautiful opportunity. So here's what I'd like us to do. I'm going to give us 5 minutes, and I want to hear about 12 voices at the end, and I want particularly like our lovely astrologers to weigh in on this. But here's your phrase. This is the phrase you're going to use. I will demonstrate my intelligence and inner beauty. I will demonstrate my intelligence and inner beauty in the realm of whatever house your Venus is in, by whatever sign your Venus is in. So I want you to write one sentence, and if you need help, raise your hand. I'm going to give you 5 minutes. And everybody that knows it really well, dig deep. Write a new, beautiful sentence that captures more about your Venus. And then I want us to stand. I'll come over and don't go like this. This looks painful. I will come over. So here's the phrase again. Write it down. I will demonstrate my intelligence and inner beauty. I will demonstrate my intelligence and inner beauty by, and then whatever the sign is, in the realm of whatever the house is, okay? And some of you know it in your head and you don't even need to write it down, but let it be a poem. Let it be something that goes deeper than your usual explanation, okay? Raise your hand if you don't know where your Venus is, and I'm going to come and help you, and we're going to take 4 to 5 minutes, okay? Yes, love.
In the realm of your house.
I will demonstrate my intelligence and inner beauty by whatever the astrological sign is in whatever house it's in.
Okay.
Okay.
What is it for Sagittarius?
You have to have your own chart. Where's your chart?
Venus is in Sag.
Okay. So Sag has a lot to do with vision, spiritual path. Okay. It has a lot to do with optimism. It has a lot to do with, do you know what house it's in?
Same West.
Okay. And get
It's okay.
And get Kathy
I
down.
missed.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, lean in if you need help. I'm going to call on you guys. I'm going to call on you.
You just want us to put,
Where's your Venus?
well, I have my Venus in Virgo in my first house. Is that what you
Okay,
want?
yeah, so I will demonstrate, yes, it is what I want. It is what I want. I will demonstrate my intelligence and inner beauty by purifying, organizing, systematizing,
What's the first house do?
the house, it comes forth. You come forth with that. You lead with that. You pioneer with that. So, yeah. Let this be a little bit frustrating and then figure it out, because this is how you can actually give it. Yes, you need help.
What is the realm, the sign, and what is the realm?
The realm is the house. So, yeah. Okay? Yes.
What was the phrase again?
I will demonstrate my intelligence and inner beauty by whatever. This is the sign in the realm of, and that's the house. Yep. Okay. Can you bring up? Oh no, it's all right. We won't do it. It's okay. Nope. So I'm going to give you one example. So my Venus is in Taurus in the Capricorn house. Venus is in Taurus in the Capricorn house for me. So I would say I will demonstrate my intelligence and inner beauty by embodying light, by manifesting creatively in the realm of my career, in the realm of my dharmic offering. So it's combining the sign that it's in and the house that it's in. Okay, so I will demonstrate my inner beauty and whatever it is, intelligence, by whatever your Aries is and whatever house. I would love you to just have one phrase by the end of today that you could actually live by with your Venus, okay? Did you need help? Are you?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
That's what I've been working
Yeah.
on, is my eighth house Venus,
Yeah.
Capricorn.
Okay.
And I don't quite, I'm working through a whole lot of financial stuff because it's a house of death and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that. So when you said leading suffering to supernal light,
Yeah, but don't worry about that. So for now, it's like it could be.
that's kind of a
yeah.
standard.
Yeah,
Okay, I
no,
don't
no,
know.
but I mean, you don't have to use that. It can be that.
Didn't quite fit for me.
Yeah, yeah. So you can. Venus in Capricorn creates structures. It's practical. It's
Climbs the
serious.
mountain
It's
is what I-
purposeful. It's purposeful. It's serious. It's determined. Right in the realm of transformation, in the realm of healing, in the realm of. The underworld, in the realm of.
Oh, good. Now I got it.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
Okay. All right, so we're going to just hear a couple of them, okay? So what I'd love you to do if you're going to share is, can I take the mic? Is it going to do anything if it comes close to my mic? Okay. Okay. I'm gonna reach it to you. I'd love you to say my Venus is in Capricorn in the 5th house, and then just stand, and as you share your phrase, own it.
Can we reverse it and then try to figure out where it is for that person after they say
Sure.
what they say?
I love it. Let's make go ahead and say it, and we're not going to spend a lot of time guessing, but let's go ahead and say it. So stand up. So listen to her phrase, and let's see if we,
I will demonstrate.
Oh, sorry, that's my fault.
I will demonstrate.
I will demonstrate my intelligence and inner beauty by healthy creativity in my home, with my family, and the family of man.
Venus and Leo in the Cancer house?
No, you're close.
What is it?
Healthy creativity.
Oh, Venus in the 6th house.
Venus in
Virgo in the Cancer house. Read it one more time. Venus in Virgo in the Cancer house. Listen
Okay,
one more time.
I will demonstrate my intelligence and inner beauty by healthy creativity in my home, with my family, and the family of man.
Beautiful. So she's going to bring physical, emotional, mental health to the family of man. Okay, let's hear another one. This is beautiful. And as you hear them say that, presence the ajna, presence the heart, and listen to the truth of this.
That will be close. I will demonstrate my intelligence and inner beauty in the realm of spiritual matters and inner work by means of beautiful and meaningful creativity.
Any guesses?
Should I repeat it?
Yes. Go ahead.
Okay. I will demonstrate the intelligence and inner beauty of the by beautiful and meaningful creativity in the realm of spiritual matters and inner work.
12th house.
Exactly.
Venus in Leo?
Virgo.
Virgo. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Venus in Virgo in the 12th house, that's gorgeous placement for the birth of the Christ, the birth of that energy. Yes. Let's hear another one.
I will demonstrate my intelligence and inner beauty in the realm of creative expression of the will to serve.
Okay, of the will to serve. So tell us where it was.
Taurus in the 5th house.
Taurus in the 5th house. Okay. Oh, yes. Great. And can you say it one more time? Taurus in the 5th house. Venus in Taurus, which it loves to be in. Venus loves to be in Taurus, and Gemini, and Capricorn in the 5th house. Okay.
I will demonstrate my intelligence and inner beauty of Venus in Taurus in the realm of the 5th house, Leo in the 5th house, through creative expression of the will to serve.
Beautiful. Okay. Lovely. Okay. How about you? Do you have one?
I will demonstrate my intelligence and inner beauty through the power of vocal music, which pours through the realm of the advancing esoteric groups.
Ah, so guess where that is? Vocal music, throat center, Taurus, in the advancing esoteric groups, 11th. Venus in Taurus in the 11th. Beautiful, right? Give voice to. Thank you. Gorgeous.
I will demonstrate my inner beauty and
intelligence
and inner beauty. I will demonstrate my intelligence and inner beauty by being a radiating figure in the life of all peoples in the planet.
Wow. Okay. Tell us where it is.
Scorpio.
Yes.
In the 1st house.
Okay. Well, that's a very healing. You're going to bring it up and shine it out. Okay. Okay. You're going to go deep with that. What about you, Philip? Okay. We got to hear from the heavy hitters here.
Well, it's not really that much. I will demonstrate my intelligence and inner beauty. Oh, this is Virgo, Venus in Virgo in the 2nd house.
Okay.
I will demonstrate my intelligence and inner beauty through clothing ideas in beautiful language that expresses my highest illuminated values.
Ooh, say that again, and slower.
Okay, I will demonstrate my intelligence and inner beauty through clothing ideas in beautiful language that expresses my highest illuminated values.
Beautiful, beautiful. Elena, do you want to do? Let's hear it.
This together.
Okay, good.
I will demonstrate my intelligence and inner beauty through good relations and cohesive communication in life.
Venus in Aquarius in
3rd house.
Oh, good. So she's a loving voice and cohesive voice for the group. Wonderful. Yes, good. Let's do a couple more. It's so good. They really, as they speak it, feel the truth of it.
I will demonstrate my intelligence and inner beauty by revealing the potency of the inner realms through art and word.
Ooh. Tell us where it is. Say it again, or maybe we'll guess.
Okay, inner beauty by revealing the potency of the inner realms through art and word.
Pisces?
No.
Is there some Taurus? Sagittarius? Where is it?
It's 5th Capricorn.
5th so Venus in Capricorn in the 5th. Beautiful. Okay. Yes.
I will demonstrate my intelligence and inner beauty in the realm promoting harmony, balance, right relationship, hint, hint, in the world through higher ideation.
Ooh, so some Libra for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Sagittarius? Venus and Sagittarius in the 7th house?
In the 9th house.
Venus and Libra in the Sagittarius house, in the 9th house. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, we'll do 2 more.
Someone like Elena's, I will demonstrate my intelligence and inner beauty through creative group life and love for the salvation of humanity and the earth.
Ooh. Venus in Aquarius in the 12th?
Yeah.
Yes. He is that, is he not? Venus in Aquarius in the 12th? Oh my gosh, that's yes. Okay, let's do 1 more. 1 more. Aha, Sasha.
I will demonstrate my intelligence and inner beauty by building bridges in the realm of group advancement.
Okay, building bridges. Gemini in the realm of group advancement. So Venus and Gemini in the 11th house. Can you feel it? All right, now promise me this, that you will, in fact, if you did not read out loud, turn to your neighbor right now and read it to them. Okay, here we go. Share your phrase with them. And then I'm done. The structure, I think, would help a lot. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. I want to hear it again afterwards. Okay, let's return. And so I would say to you, read this phrase out loud to yourself every day of this conference. There's something about speaking it out loud. There's something about standing and speaking it or sharing it with someone. Like share it with somebody new and speak it. So just the last thing I want to share with you is a Balinese saying. And it's this. It said, "We have no art. We simply do everything as beautifully as we can." So may we do everything, including create relationships as beautifully as we can. May we pursue our purpose as beautifully as we can. May we give our gift as beautifully as we can. Thank you, friends.